All right, this is your man, Coach Asher, coming at you with more informative information, and we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects in track and field, the 4x1. Okay, so this is mainly for beginners and stuff, but I had a lot of people go, Coach, my relay team's not good, or my coach don't really know what he's doing. There are several reasons why relay teams do bad or not good, but the first deal is you got to get that stick in the zone, okay? So you have an acceleration zone, a small triangle, a small dot, and then you have your relay zone, okay? So the goal of the 4x1, we start with the basic, is the incoming runner is trying to get the baton to the outgoing runner as the incoming runner is accelerating and coming in at a fast speed, and when he gets that baton to the outgoing runner, he wants to get that baton to the outgoing runner where that outgoing runner has built up his speed in the zone, okay? So for instance, you want to be moving when you get that stick, okay? You want to be out on a seamless transition, okay? It doesn't want to be or it doesn't want to be the incoming runners coming in really fast and they have to slow down because the outgoing runner didn't get out, okay? Same thing, the outgoing runner cannot get out too fast to where the incoming runner can't catch it. So that's where you start practicing. So what were things I would do if you're a beginner? Start with 15 to 20 steps for the relay, okay? You start doing that 15 to 20 steps for the 4x1. That will make sure that you are what's called a safe stick pass, okay? That means that you will get that baton in the zone, okay? Now, as the team start getting faster and faster, you can open up those steps, okay? So people will go, what do you mean, Coach? Well, when in the beginning of the season, when guys are slower, girls are slower, the steps might be shorter. As they each start to get faster throughout the season, those relay steps will open up, okay? So what I'm saying is, let's say we're starting the beginning of the year, we're gonna give someone 20 steps, okay? Now by the end of the season, let's talk about the first and second leg. The second leg might have 20 steps for the incoming runner. As they get faster and faster, those steps are gonna expand, okay? Because that incoming runner is going to get faster and that outgoing runner is going to get faster. As that outgoing runner gets faster and stronger, the steps are going to open up and they're going to be moving. You want to get it to the point, remember, you want to get it to the point where that baton is being passed when both runners are running at a top end speed. Now the first runner obviously is going to be, he won't be at top end speed because he's already run 100 meters, but we want to have it to where the first runner is still moving and handing that stick seamlessly, okay? You don't want it where that first runner's dying and slowing down, okay? It wants to be where the first runner is really accelerating into that zone and can pass that person in smooth transition where there's no slowdown. So that's the key to the relay. The key to the relay is trying to pass that baton at a point in the zone where both the runners are really accelerating, okay? So that's just beginning 4x1 stuff. There's several other things we could talk about passing the stick, but I had some people say, Coach, can you help us with the relay? So the first deal, get the stick done in the zone. That's number one. You want to have the stick done in the exchange zone. Get the baton around the track, okay? The worst thing is not to get the stick down the zone, to get disqualified, all that. Then as you start getting the stick down the zone, you start to kind of play with those, open them up, okay? People also say, Coach, well, should the best runner go anchor? That's debatable. I've run my best runner in several different legs. I've run them first, I've run them second, I've run them anchor. What I will say is if you have one really good person and the other runners aren't so good, you typically don't want to run that person at anchor leg because they're usually way behind at that point. And if they're way behind at that point, unless that anchor is just a superstar, you got to remember the other anchors are fast too, so that anchor's probably not going to catch them. So you want to, if you have a lack of talent, you probably want to run your better leg somewhere first or second where that guy can get you a lead or keep you in the mix, and then those other guys can run. But you don't want to be putting your anchor at a disadvantage every week, where every single week you're like, okay, he's behind, he's got to catch people. It's a real good way to get a student athlete injured, okay? Your anchor's trying to catch everybody every race, he's 30 meters behind. He's probably not going to catch anybody anyway, or he might make up some ground and catch a team or two, but he's not going to catch some really elite teams. So we'll talk more about this relay later, but the basics of 4x1. Get the stick down in the zone, okay? Practice safe steps, okay? Safe baton steps, okay? Where you know that the incoming runner can get it to the outgoing runner while they're both still moving at a fast pace. And then as you progress through the season, you want to start to, open up the steps so your relay team gets faster, okay? All right, I'll talk to you soon. Thumbs up, subscribe.